everyone, we're back, and today we're going to talk about the next phonetic pattern in our series, the consonant LE syllable. This consonant LE syllable gives a lot of people trouble decoding and spelling. So let's break it down and figure out what's so tricky about this syllable pattern. The first thing to know is that the consonant LE syllable is when a consonant is attached to the LE and makes a complete syllable. This syllable is called a stable syllable because it can stand all by itself and it is stable and isn't impacted by the rest of the word. There are only 9 letters that can be attached to the LE. And so it's really important that we know and we practice these 9 letters in this syllable over and over again until we really feel good about them. Because then when we go to tap out a word or decode a word that we don't know, we can instantly recognize, oh, that's one of the consonant LE syllables. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the 9 letters that join the LE to make its own syllable. The first one is B. The letter B-L-E says bull like bubble. C-L-E says cull like circle. D-L-E says dull like needle. F-L-E says full like shuffle. G-L-E says gull like giggle. K-L-E says cull like ankle. P-L-E says pull like staple. T-L-E says tull like turtle. Z-L-E says zull like puzzle. So you'll notice in every one of these it has the consonant sound with the ul sound, but it's not spelled B-U-L, it's spelled B-L-E. And this is just a pattern that we will practice a lot. One thing that might help you practice this pattern is to go grocery shopping and go on a consonant LE hunt. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised how many delicious snacks have the consonant LE syllable. Let's start with decoding some consonant LE words. The most important thing to keep in mind is that when we have a consonant LE, that is a stable syllable, and it automatically is independent of any other syllable. So we never have a single consonant LE word, single syllable. We always have to have at least 2 syllables when we have consonant LE. So the first step in decoding is we're going to look at just the first syllable. And when we look at just the first syllable, the most important thing we need to ask ourselves is this syllable open or closed? Does this vowel have a guardian consonant that keeps it short? Or does this syllable have an open vowel, open syllable, which keeps this vowel long? So this syllable is either may or map. And we have to be really careful that we know that this P is part of the consonant LE and we can't use it in the first syllable. This is a stable syllable that stands all alone. So this word is map, pull. P-L-E says pull like staple. This word would be map pull. If we didn't have a guardian consonant and this was open, this would say maple, like maple syrup. So it really comes down to this very first syllable and whether the syllable is open or closed and the vowel is short or long. Okay, so let's try a couple others with our blending boards. I like to have two blending boards for two-syllable words because then it really is clear in my mind that this is its very own syllable. Let's try another word. How about the word nuzzle? Nuzzle. I like to nuzzle in and snuggle my dog. What if I didn't double that Z? What would it then say? This would say noozle. I would like to noozle my dog, and that doesn't make any sense. Let's try another one. How about if I have oof, soof, so I can even have some vowel teams as my vowel, right? Sooful. Sooful is a nonsense word, but I could still read it knowing that this has knowing the vowel sound. Okay, how about this one? What's my first syllable? My first syllable is job. What would this say? Job-bull. Jobble. What would this say? You got it. Joe-bull. Okay, let's try one more. What if I have this syllable? This syllable is hid. What would this say? Hid, dull. D-L-E says dull, like needle. Hid, dull. And this would say hidle. So if you're starting to pick up the pattern, this doubled consonant is really important. And if I don't have that, this first syllable is open because this consonant is part of my stable consonant LE, and it doesn't really impact the pronunciation of my first syllable. Okay, let's try to decode some words that we might run across in text and see if we can figure out whether that first syllable is going to be long or short, or open or close. Let's say that I come to this word in text and I'm not sure what this word is. I'm not going to guess because I have a decoding strategy. And this is very similar to all of the other times we've done syllable surgery, with one exception. The exception is right away I recognize that I have a ZLE. And I ask myself, is ZLE one of my 9 consonants that go with LE? And I think ZLE says zol, like puzzle. Yes, it is. So I know that ZLE is automatically its own syllable. So I'm just going to circle it. Because I know that this is its very own syllable, I can automatically divide or separate my word. Now, if I was going to say 2 consonants will split, it would still work, but I don't really want to do that because what I really want to do is see ZLE as a unit, as one sound unit. So I'm going to divide my word, and then I'm really tuning in. I know this is zol, but I'm really tuning into my first syllable, and I'm going to decode this syllable, and it is drizz. And it's drizz because it has a guardian consonant that keeps my vowel short. So this word is drizzle. Drizzle. Let's take a look at this word. If I come to this word in text and I'm not sure what it is, then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tune in and just look at the whole word when I first come to it and see if there's any word parts that I know. And BLE is one of my 9 stable consonant LE syllables. BLE says bull, like bubble. So I'm just going to automatically circle it. I don't even have to do anything else. I just have to recognize it's its own stable stable syllable, and I'm going to divide. The tricky part is that I'm going to look at the first syllable and determine whether it's long or short. So this is A without a guardian or keeper consonant, and open A says A. So I'm going to read this syllable as stay-ble, stable. Okay, there's one kind of tricky part to this, and this is a word where I would not look for the doubled consonant. I would just look for any other keeper consonant. So I do the same thing, and I recognize BLE is a stable syllable. It's a consonant LE. It's an automatic syllable. So then I'm going to look at my first syllable. And although this wasn't a doubled B, it does have its own keeper consonant here. So I know that the A is short. Whether it's the same letter as the consonant in the consonant LE or not, it's still a guardian or keeper consonant. So this would be ramble. Now let's move on to encoding or spelling consonant LE words. This is where you really have to tune in and be careful about whether you're going to double that middle consonant to keep the first syllable short, or whether you do not want to double it to make sure that it stays long. So let's take a look. I want to spell the word fable. I love to read a good fable. I always know that my first step to spelling is to figure out how many syllables I have. Fable. And I have 2 syllables. And as soon as I have 2 syllables and I hear fable, I know that bull sounds like it could be a B-U-L, but it's that consonant L-E, and it will be this consonant L-E most of the time. There are a few exceptions, but if you hear bull or full or coal, and you notice that it is in the second syllable, chances are, if it's one of the 9, you're going to use the consonant LE. So I automatically put my BLE, and now I just need to look at my first syllable. My first syllable is fay. Tap out the sounds in fay. A. A. And I'm going to ask myself, is it long or is it short? Fay. A is long. And so I want this to stay open. So my saying is, if it's long, leave it alone. If it's long, leave it alone. So I'm not going to give it a consonant B, because if I did, then this would say babble. And I wanted to write fable. Okay, let's look at the word giggle. My first step, how many syllables? Giggle. And my GLE is one of my 9 consonant LE, so I know that gull is spelled GLE. Now I want to hear the word in the sounds in the first syllable. Gig. G, I, G, giggle. And I know that even if when I say giggle, it doesn't really sound like I'm saying gig-gull, I know that I have to have that consonant G to keep this I short. If I didn't have that, if I didn't double the G, what would this word say? This would say giggle, because this is a stable syllable and I can't use this consonant sound in my first syllable. So I'm going to say the word is giggle. There is one tricky consonant LE pattern, and that is full. And the reason that consonant LE spelling full is challenging is because there's also a suffix named full. And the suffix full is spelled F-U-L. And this suffix means it is full of. So if you are hateful, you are full of hate. If you are spiteful, you are full of spite. If you are grateful, then you're full of gratitude. So the difference is if you use the suffix full, you have to have a base word here that makes sense all by itself and that can be something is full of that. So in the word shuffle, my base sh is not a real word, and I'm not full of sh, right? So I would choose in the word shuffle, I would choose to use FLE because I'm going to shuffle cards. I'm not full of sh. So now let's try to spell shuffle. Talk about the sounds in shuffle. Sh, and if I just do this, what did I write? I wrote shoofle. So I know that I need to give it an extra guardian consonant to keep my first syllable short. Okay, let's try two words, and we're going to decide if we're going to use the FLE, stable consonant LE syllable, or if we're going to use the FUL suffix. How about the word cheerful? I was cheerful when I got a surprise in the mail. Cheerful. My first question is there a root word that I'm full of? I'm full of cheer. So which suffix would I use? Or which syllable would I use? I would use the suffix FUL because I am full of cheer. Okay, how about this word? Muffle. I come to the word muffle and I have to decide, am I going to use the consonant LE, FLE, or am I going to use the suffix FUL? My first step is to ask myself, is there a base word that makes sense and that I'm full of? Muffle. Am I full of muff? No, that doesn't make any sense. So I know that I'm not adding a suffix that means full of, so I'm going to use the FLE. And in this case, I would need to double and give it a guard so that it stays muffle and doesn't say moofle. Okay, that's it for this week. Consonant LE takes a lot of practice and word work, so lots of word sorting and lots of focus on the first vowel will help you master the consonant LE.